Apple over the years has released many innovative products, often slightly above the budget line, shall we say. But over the recent years, that is, Apple has done very well to include budget products in their lineup. Today, I just want to go through the entire iPhone lineup as it stands, well, from the iPhone 6s, and kind of just decide, what's worth it and what isn't, because people are always saying that, you should buy this iPhone, it's the better option. Really, there is no better option. You have preferences, you know what you want to get out of your phone. Not anyone else can take that from you. Only you can decide that. So I just want to go through some of my thoughts on them all. The 6S, 6S Plus, and SE I'll cover simultaneously. They are just the same phones, really. Different shells, different batteries. But speed-wise, I'd say they're quite good. If you're looking for a phone, at this point, secondhand, I'm sure some networks probably have them brand new, but, I wouldn't chance that one. You could get it secondhand, maybe about between 100 and 150, depending on condition, warranty. I doubt any of them would actually have warranty nowadays because of their age. So they're not the best to buy risk-wise, because if you break them, you still have to pay so much. So they're good for people that are introduced to iPhone as a first device, because it's still a great phone. It's the last one to be supported, the oldest one. Software-wise, it's not being continued anymore in the product line. Next to the iPhone 7, which has also, as far as I'm led to believe, as of now, discontinued. It's a good phone. It's kind of comparative to the 6S in terms of, design. It doesn't have the headphone jack, of course. Has two speakers. If you want a phone with two speakers that's not necessarily the most expensive, then you could go with the 7. Good bass. The 8 Plus and stuff, from my experience, has had more bass, but the 7's a great introduction. Maybe get them for 300 used. I think you could probably still get some brand new around about that price. They've now gone down due to the whole new really messy iPhone lineup. It's a mess. You'll see what I mean. The 7 Plus, the same, £100 more. You get your double camera if that's what you're into. You get your bigger battery, of course, stuff like that. So yeah. Next is the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and 10. Yeah, we're now getting into 3 iPhones. The 8 I wouldn't necessarily recommend because it's not the biggest upgrade over the 7. It's faster, but it's got that glass back if you want that. But it's comparatively the same, just for a bit more expensive for that glass and extra speed. The 8 Plus, from my experience, had a very good battery, but only for a year, and then the battery goes really downhill from there. It's quite bad. The 10 is okay, but the problem is the 8 series has kind of replaced itself with, the 8 Plus, the 10R, and the 11 at this point. The 10R is meant to replace the 8 Plus for £50 more. And then, you can get the 11, which is kind of at war with the 10R. So the 10's a bit of a complicated one. I'd recommend, if you want one kind of like the 8 Plus, you don't want one that's too big, you don't want one that's too small, the 10R is definitely in there. It's £50 more than the 8 Plus, much better value. You don't get your dual camera, you miss out on certain things. The battery, though, is great, so it really makes up for that. Then there's the 10, which I necessarily recommend getting the 10S at this point. The 10 is just not really that good. Now it's getting old. It's 2 years old now. It's not really the best. It's got a lot of problems. lot of flaws. And yeah, the so the 10 I'd recommend if you want to get, a phone comparative. Either go with that if you must. The 10s will be going down now, price wise. Maybe take a look at that. And it's all about what you want. The end of this video, because this video so far may not be making so much sense. Because at the end of the day, it's about what you want from a phone. If you want a phone that's reliable, fast, but you don't want to pay the huge price tag, the 10R is probably up your street. If you don't care a lot about battery, you just want a cheap phone that's fast, the 6S is okay, if you're a first-time iPhone user. So yeah, and then there's the premium line where you now have the 11, the 11 Pro, and the 11 Pro Max. I'm going to skip out the 10S, 10S Max deliberately because they're just being replaced, ultimately. And they're not going down a huge amount. You would be as well just getting the newer ones. They're for the respective models. If you want the 10S, you're as well just getting the 11 Pro. Just because of the price difference. Unless you genuinely that's the max funds, then sure, it's not a bad phone. It's just what you can get for more. You have to ultimately think about that. So there's the 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max is the latest. I've got the 11. I'm actually recording this on the 11. The 11 is a great phone for battery. It's great for the double camera. It's got the double camera on the back, the front camera. It's Face ID. If you like that, it gets you used to it. It's an investment. You buy the 11, you shouldn't have to buy one next year. You can wait 2, maybe even 3 years. No rush for you to upgrade. The 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max I don't recommend, merely because I feel it's very much focused on the picture side of things. The triple camera, all that stuff. Very much focused picture side. So I wouldn't recommend the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max unless you're super into photography. Then you can get that. Or if you want to pay, an extra, £300 or something for some much better battery, which is only an hour more than the 11. So something like that. You could do if that's what you want to do. Then there's the rumors. Let's go with the rumors now with the new budget phone that's coming out. And I think ultimately it makes sense. Replace the 8 with a new budget phone with a new chip, which then makes the 8 useless. I already said that. It's not the best phone. It was not really meant to do anything. It was merely there for whatever reason, just to fill a void. The new budget phone, I think, will sell pretty well. But ultimately, it's your choice. If you're looking for a phone, you could look at all the recommendations of the world, but ultimately only you know what you want. No one can make that decision for you. That's just life. You're responsible for your decisions at a certain point, and you will make the best decision that's right for you. And I'm sure you will do that better than anyone else who makes it for you. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be making a lot more content in the future. Just I thought I'd make this video a year on from my 5S video that I made about the 5S. I'm going to do a follow-up to that. Don't worry. That's coming, and a few other special surprises are coming. So thank you very much for watching.